Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Dr. Madiha Zahra and this is my second video. I am a registered dentist in Australia and I recently passed my ADC practical exam and received my registration. I wanted to make a series of videos just to be able to help someone who is in the ADC process or wants to start the ADC journey and get the registration to become a licensed dental practitioner to work in Australia. So now the first things first, the first step is your initial assessment. So if you are in any part of the world and you want to come to Australia and you want to practice here as a dentist, do come, because it's a beautiful place and they have lots of opportunities. So the initial assessment step is going to be your first step. So you need to send an initial assessment application with all the documents that they need, certified according to their certification guidelines, and you need to send all those documents to by post to the ADC, Australian Dental Council Centre in Melbourne. So you can't send these documents by email or like just scanning them or sending it to them. They need the hard copy of the documents. So everything needs to be sent through via post, and make sure that all the documents are certified correctly, because it might take much longer for the whole process if your documents are not certified correctly, or if there is something missing. They will get back to you by email and say to them, look, this is incomplete, or we need this certified according to our certification guidelines. The time frame that they have given is 8 weeks, that the initial assessment process is going to take 8 weeks, and after 8 weeks you will receive, or within 8 weeks actually, you will receive an email saying that your initial assessment has been completed successfully and you are now eligible to apply for the written exam. So there is no time frame when to send your initial assessment application. You can send it at any time of the year, and they will send you the response by email. Recently, they have added that the initial assessment is going to be valid for only 7 years, and after 7 years, you will need to get the initial assessment done again if you can't do your exams or complete your exams in those 7 years. So there is this ADC website, adc.org.au, and on which if you go to the I'm a dentist and want to practice as a dental practitioner, you will see this page, and it will give you all the information about the whole process. The initial assessment application form is going to be there, and you can see what documents you need to upload or you need to send, and what are the certification guidelines, so you can get everything certified according to that. And then after getting your initial assessment done, the process is going to take approximately 8 weeks, and the cost is 610 Australian dollars. So you have to pay 610 Australian dollars along with your application for the initial assessment, and only after that they will assess it. Then the next part is your written exam. The written exam is a computer delivered exam. It is conducted twice a year, in March and September. This year it was not conducted in March due to the COVID situation, but hopefully they conduct it in September. It's a 2-day exam, and it is delivered by Pearson on behalf of the Australian Dental Council. And in total there are 4 papers. So each paper contains around 80 MCQs, and there are some scenario based questions as well. And the exam is held in multiple locations in Australia and worldwide as well. So when you apply for the exam and then you are eligible, and your written exam application has been accepted, they deduct the fee, and then they tell you that you can choose your venue. So you can choose whichever country you want to do the exam. There's a list of countries, and then you have to choose from them. If God forbid you can't get the visa, for example, I applied for Australia, and I said Australia is going to be my exam center, and I applied for the Australian visa, but I could not get the visa at that time. So then about 10 to 15 days prior to the exam, I changed my venue, and I opted for Dubai instead of Australia, and I went there to do the exam. So you can change the venue as well, but there's a time frame, 10 to 15 days prior to the exam, I suppose. And the cost of the written exam is 2,000 Australian dollars. And the written exam, 4 papers all need to be passed in one go. So that means that There are 4 papers and you need to pass all of them in a single attempt. If you pass 3 and fail 1, you can't do the 1 again that you failed. You have to do all 4 again, if that makes sense. So that means that if you pass 3 and fail 1, all 4 need to be done again, and the whole fee of 2,000 Australian dollar needs to be paid again. So try to work hard in the first go. So how to prepare for the written exam is our next topics, I suppose. So some things which are really important, or which are a must do, which you can't miss, are the Therapeutic Guidelines, which is this book. This is a very important book for the ADC exam, and to work in Australia as well. You will have it handy in your clinic when you're working here. For the written as well as for the practical exam, it's important. So you need to study this quite thoroughly. If you are in Australia, I'm really sorry I don't know about overseas, but if you are in Australia, you can apply for free for becoming a member of Australian Dental Association. So the ada.org.au is the website. So you have to send an email to them, to the Australian Dental Association, and you have to let them know that I'm an ADC student and I want to get my ADA membership as a ADC student. So they give you a free membership of ADA if you are a ADC student, and they ask for your ADC reference number. So you will get your ADC reference number when your initial assessment is done. So you can say to them that this is my ADC reference number and I'm sitting the ADC exams. So they will give you a free membership of the ADA, and they will send you this book for free, a hard copy of this book by post for free, and also they will send you a newsletter and a magazine from the Australian Dental Association every month, and there's quite some useful information in those magazines about some lecture series and webinars happening, and also you can get an access to the they will give you a login and a username and a password which you can put, and you can access the ADA website. So you can listen to their lectures, webinars, attend some CPD events like online. So that's quite useful. I just thought of sharing that information with you. After the Therapeutic Guidelines, another one which is really important is ODEL, this book, Clinical Problem Solving in Dentistry. It has about 56 scenarios or chapters, you can say, and it is quite useful both for your written as well as for your practical exam. Then there is a book called Voucher MCQs, and there's lots of MCQs in it about all the basic subjects: operative dentistry, oral surgery, oral pathology, prosto. So Voucher MCQs is another one which is really important. And then 1000 MCQs and past papers. So I believe 1000 MCQs is also sort of like a collection of past papers, just named differently, but yeah. So there's 1000 MCQs and there's past papers. So try to get a hang of them and try to do these. So these are the 5 things: Therapeutic Guidelines, 1000 MCQs, Voucher, ODEL, and past papers that are really important. Apart from that, some people do COSN MCQs, dental decks, and things like that. So it's totally up to you if you want to do them. Where can you get these from? You can buy these books, or you can try to find the OneDrive link by Dr. Muhammad Suleiman. He did a really good job and posted all the books, uploaded all the books that you need for the ADC on a OneDrive link. You can find that on the Facebook pages. There's lots of Facebook pages about the ADC written exam, a Facebook page and group called ADC Do It All Together, run by Dr. J. That's a good one. And then Dr. Muhammad Suleiman also has his own Facebook page, so you can try to access it from there as well. Dr. Bido, he runs a course for practical as well as written exam, and he has a Facebook page and group, so you can try to ask around on these Facebook pages and groups about these books, and you can try to collect them or buy them from Amazon or from the bookshops that you have in your country. Like if you have a bookshop in your university or a library in your university, so you can just get them from there. They're not really hard to find. Only the Therapeutic Guidelines, of course, is a different one, so you can't get an access to this one. like in your countries. So you if you're living in Australia, you can buy it here, or ask somebody to send it from here if you know someone. So this was an overview of the written exam, and a little bit about the initial assessment. And in the next video, we will be discussing all 4 papers and what you need to study for a particular paper to be able to do well in the exam. Until then, thank you. Share it with your friends who might be interested to do these exams and come over here and practice, and drop some comments if you think that there can be some particular topics that we could discuss in the upcoming videos. Thank you.